Hey, what's up? It's Dan or DMath96 here, and welcome back to our F1 Manager career mode with Stewart GP. Last time out, we did the German Grand Prix, and we finished quite well. We returned to the points, and more importantly, we returned to the podium. Rubens Barrichello took third place, and in a brilliant race as well, with I think it was David Coulthard took the win. We'll get onto the Drivers' Championship in a minute, but in today's episode we'll be taking on the Hungarian Grand Prix, Hungaroring. Obviously a difficult track to overtake, but it is F1 Manager, so anything can really happen. It should be a good one, I think. I'm not so sure about this track. I'm not sure if it's good with me from past experiences or not. Hopefully we can get some good luck. Have a look now in the Drivers' and Constructors' Championship standings. Johnny Herbert did drop to 4th, thanks to David Coulthard's win that he earned. Mika Hakkinen still leads, and Michael Schumacher is catching up as the Finn didn't finish in the last race. He retired on the second lap, which is quite surprising. Johnny Herbert in 4th. He needs to actually pick up the pace. He's failed to score in the previous 4 rounds now. 3 of them have been DNFs. And we have Fisichella, Irvine, Frentzen, Barrichello moving into 8th after his podium finish. Ralf Schumacher equal on points. He technically should be ahead on podium finishes, with Damon Hill 10th. And again, with 6 drivers still yet to score, but they're in pretty low teams. In the Constructors' Championship, we have a 5-point lead over Jordan, and McLaren and Ferrari 30 points separated. McLaren could take the title very soon, I think, but it all depends really if they get good results in the next few rounds. And then in the Team Manager standings, we're still leading that, and we're looking very comfortable to actually take that by the end of the season. So that has been the quick recap of the Drivers' Championship standings. Now it's time to move on to the news report. This week's confirmations for the upcoming 2000 season sees Sauber extend their contract with Petronas Engines for another year. The team hoping they can rebuild next year on what's been a difficult 1999 so far. In terms of personnel, Arrow's commercial manager Richard West will be on his way to Williams next year, and finally, current Minardi driver and Ferrari test driver Luca Badoer will be on his way to McLaren to fill in the duties of their test driver position. This now leaves an important question on what will happen to their current test driver and Formula 3000 favourite Nick Heidfeld. Could a McLaren driver 2 position next season be possible? That's all for the news this week. Now it's time to go down to the Hungaroring, as the practice session is about to get underway. Okay, so practice has just finished here at the Hungaroring, and yeah, you can see we just didn't do very well at all. More or less just did a couple of laps and saved the car really and refit the parts on for qualifying, and we are miles off the pace compared to Mika Hakkinen, who's just set the fastest lap time, 2 seconds ahead of Eddie Irvine, and then David Coulthard winning last time out 3rd. Heinz Frentzen, Damon Hill, and then Giancarlo Fisichella and Michael Schumacher way down there in 17th place, with the Ferrari test driver, now McLaren test driver next year, Luca Badoer, in 18th. So if Schumacher stays down there, we could have a very interesting session in qualifying, or even the race as well. But hopefully we can bounce back in qualifying, and you'll find out obviously in a few minutes in the qualifying reports. John Lacey will start 18th ahead of the 2 Minardi and Arrows drivers. Jarno Trulli manages a decent 14th alongside Jack Villeneuve in the BAR. Alex Burst and Giancarlo Fisichella line up 10th and 11th respectively, and behind both Stewart drivers, with Johnny Herbert coming out on top. Ralf Schumacher lines up just ahead of him in 7th, followed by both the Jordan drivers on row 3. However, on pole position, it's Michael Schumacher, once again looking to close more points on his rival Mika Hakkinen, who is hoping for better fortunes in the race as he starts alongside the German on the front row. Well, qualifying's just finished. We did improve in the end. We're going to be doing 2-stop in the race for both drivers. Both drivers on the same strategy as normal, really. We did improve to 8th and 9th in the end. Both drivers setting in decent lap times, with Frentzen in 5th, Hill 6th, Schumacher 7th, and then the usual top 4. Michael Schumacher this time on pole position ahead of his championship rival Mika Hakkinen 2nd, and David Coulthard and Eddie Irvine. Apart from that, the rest of the grid really staying pretty much the same as it has been all season. Takagi miles off the pace as well, 5 seconds off Mark Genet, and we know Arrows haven't had a brilliant season, but I think I might have mentioned this at the start. They are going to struggle a lot more as it comes to the next round. I'm not going to say why just yet, but yeah, hopefully 8th and 9th, decent qualifying. Hopefully we can actually get into the points. But with everyone else ahead of us, including the Jordans, Ferraris and McLaren, it's going to be a tough one, I think. But anyway, let's actually move on to the race and see what happens. On board with Johnny Herbert from the start. Actually, you can go on board with Schumacher on pole position. And here we are. And a good start there from Mika Hakkinen. I thought he tried to overtake Michael Schumacher, but they are side by side. Going down towards turn 1, Mika Hakkinen actually takes the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix off Michael Schumacher. Down towards turn 2 now. Coulthard right behind, but Schumacher immediately getting off to the worst start, losing to Mika Hakkinen already as they go down towards turn 4. I think now going to now. Let's go back on board with our drivers. Johnny Herbert, Rubens, Barrichello making no real position from the start. I think they both have swapped positions though. Barrichello is ahead of Herbert, and Herbert was quicker in qualifying. They're now chasing down the Williams of Ralf Schumacher. The train slowly starting to form from Heinz Alfredson and the Jordan, whilst the McLarens and Ferraris have just pulled away from the start. Once again, they are showing how much quicker they are than everyone else. You can see one of the Bentons slowly forming to the back of our train, as it is still Mika Hakkinen that leads as the field come round to complete lap 1 here of the Hungarian Grand Prix. Michael Schumacher very close behind. Nothing much really happening at the minute. We got Ralf Schumacher just making his way through the field. We have been overtaken by Fisichella though. Johnny Herbert is 2 seconds, so we're dropping off to Fisichella, which isn't good. So hopefully we can actually get back past him again. I would like to score some points this weekend. We've got Hakkinen still leading this race from second place on the grid. Michael Schumacher very close behind in second as well. Want to regain that pole position back. So back onto lap 11. We are losing time to Giancarlo Fisichella at the minute. Not looking good. We're still 2 seconds behind him. It's not going well for us at all. As we go back on board with the leaders, you can see Fisichella there in 8th position. We'll go back on board with Michael Schumacher in 2nd place. He's still behind Mika Hakkinen. They're coming to back markers. Could they play a part in this race here and allow Michael Schumacher to repass Hakkinen? Could be important for the championship. But I think there probably needs to be a return. Oh my god, of Hakkinen getting caught off guard by Takagi there. Now Schumacher having problems with the Japanese driver. I just saw that. It just looked like there was going to be a big crash. Obviously it's F1 Manager, so there isn't going to be a crash. But you can see Takagi has cost Schumacher so much time. And he's stuck behind the Aris driver, and he goes down the inside. Coulthard following through as well. Schumacher really under pressure here. And he's just lost a load of time to Mika Hakkinen. And on lap 17, Michael Schumacher retakes the lead. No pit stops, so he has actually overtaken on the track. Schumacher has caught up with Mika Hakkinen after his little incident with Takagi. We'll go back on him now, and there he is in the lead of the Grand Prix. Hakkinen still very close behind, and Coulthard even keeping us over. Just about to lap one of our drivers here. No, yeah, they've already lapped one of them. And yes, so Schumacher now leads the Hungarian Grand Prix on lap 17. Right, we're going to move both drivers on pole position because neither one of them can catch up to Fisichella, and we're just losing time. And we're staying ahead of Alex Zanardi. So we're just going to try and bring the car home, I guess, so it doesn't retire. And we've had our first retirement of the race of Ricardo Zonta. Barge bore's problem. John Lacey's out as well due to fuel issues. Pit stops are definitely happening now. Schumacher's just come to the pits. We're in 8th and 9th. Into the pits goes Johnny Herbert for his first scheduled stop. Out of the 2 that he will be doing. Hopefully it'll be a good one. He is dropping down the order, of course, because he's just pitted. Schumacher, I think, yeah, he's not in the lead anymore. Hakkinen now leads the Hungarian Grand Prix as Johnny Herbert pulls into his pit box with no pit mechanics outside of the garage. Bit interesting there. Out he goes, quick pit stop, and the team saying so as well, rejoining in a 10th position. Pretty much where he was before already. Barrichello needs to pit. He's about to be lapped again by Hakkinen. Schumacher still close behind. Has Hakkinen pitted? No, Hakkinen hasn't pitted, so Schumacher's in the effective lead here. So Michael Schumacher has retaken the lead of the Hungarian Grand Prix after all the pit stops. And interestingly, it is David Coulthard in second ahead of Mika Hakkinen, so he's also made time in the pit stops and is overtaking his teammate. Could Coulthard maybe get back onto the podium after his win? Pit stops happening again for the second time. Schumacher just once again changing lead with Hakkinen. Hakkinen's made his second stop. Coulthard yet to make a pit stop, but has been overtaken by Hakkinen. So I think Hakkinen's actually managed to jump Coulthard. Barrichello dropping down the order here. Zanardi's passed him. So Johnny Herbert in the pit stop yet again for his second pit stop of the race. 10 seconds, 0.3. Not bad at all. He's going to rejoin behind Zanardi, I think. No, yes, he is behind Zanardi. Oh, big for the championship. Michael Schumacher's out. A fuel failure for the championship contender. And surely Hakkinen, I think, with a win here, is pretty much going to secure him the title. David Coulthard in second. And Damon Hill now in third for Jordan. He hasn't had a podium all season. It would be a good result for him. Johnny Herbert now back into 8th position. But a shock retirement for Michael Schumacher. Another fuel problem. Oh my god, this race is just getting ridiculous. Now Mika Hakkinen's out of a race. So both the championship rivals out of the Grand Prix. We are 1 position away from the points. Apparently about 2 years down from Alex Zanardi. Apparently we're 2 minutes down from him. We haven't had the best of races, but we could score points. Even though we probably don't deserve it because we've been so slow this weekend. But it's going to be David Coulthard winning, I think. Actually, no, we are in the points now. We're 5th. Due to another retirement. Eddie Irvine's gone. Expected there. Coulthard the only big runner left in this race. Jordan closing down here on 2nd and 3rd. They are having a brilliant race. Johnny Herbert in the points for 5th place. And it will be good to score some points after the bad pace we've had all weekend. So, David Coulthard went into the Austrian Grand Prix only having finished 1 race. He collected the 2nd place in Austria. He won last time out in Germany, and he comes round the final corner in Hungary, and David Coulthard takes his 3rd victory of the season and really putting himself back in the championship fight. I don't think he is, but anyway, Coulthard wins the Hungarian Grand Prix, and it's going to be ahead from the 2 Jordan drivers in 2nd and 3rd. Hill and Frentzen pulling off some fantastic drives. We're going to go on board with Damon Hill right now because he is going to cross the line and take an amazing 2nd place. His teammate Heinz Frentzen is behind him, but he has another lap to complete as Damon Hill will cross the line to finish 2nd place, his first podium finish of the season after a little struggle that he's had throughout the entire year. Frentzen will have to do 1 more lap, and we're in 5th at the minute. We've got Alex Verts though. We are going to push because we want to try and take 5th position instead of 6th, and we just lost 5th. Okay, nice, brilliant. So we do cross the line in 6th place. We still have scored a point, but due to Jordan's 10 points they've scored, I'm pretty sure now they've just overtaken us in the Constructors' Championship. So a good result for Jordan, but not good for us because I believe they've just passed us. But a point for Johnny Herbert nonetheless. Alex Zanardi taking 4th, Alex Verts taking 5th. And David Coulthard with his 3rd victory of the season. I wonder how close he is now to Michael Schumacher in the championship. I think he's just about 10 points behind him. But a load of retirement, especially towards the end of the race. Big ones, of course, being both Hakkinen and Schumacher. So I'm very interested to see what the drivers and constructors' standings will be like now. So in the drivers' championship, David Coulthard is only, I think that's 13 points behind Michael Schumacher. He's still mathematically in this title fight, but I think it's just going to be between Hakkinen and Schumacher. And a great chance ruined for both of them retiring due to car failures, or Schumacher's case a fuel problem, but a shame there for both. But Coulthard, with that win, slowly catching up. Frentzen slowly catching up to her, but so is Damon Hill. It's not looking good for us, to be honest, because good pace at the start of the season, slowly dropping off by the end. And Barrichello can still pass Irvine by the end of the year, and that would be good if he can beat his future teammate for next year in the championship. Now onto the Constructors' Championship, and we are now in 4th position. We have dropped to Jordan, 4 points behind him. It is still possible for us to beat them, of course, but I think Jordan will have the pace in the second half of the season. We had the pace in the first half, but we're just dropping back now. Hopefully we could pass them. McLaren still lead though. So McLaren are 40 points ahead. There's 80 points remaining, and with 5 rounds to go, Ferrari could still take the title off them. It's looking very unlikely. McLaren just need a couple more good results and no more retirements if they want to take it. We need some good results as well if we actually want to pass Jordan and stay ahead of Benetton as well. Williams slowly catching up. It's going to be exciting, I think, by the end of the season. And we still lead the team's championship, but Ron Dennis is catching up. If we can't take any of these titles, I'd love to take this title, but Ron Dennis is slowly catching and it's making me a bit worried. Meanwhile, Eddie Jordan as well, he has overtaken John Todt. Alan Prost now down to 5th. So Eddie Jordan, the big mover here in the team managers championship standings. So I hope you enjoyed that episode of Hungaroring. Don't know how I managed to get a point, but it was decent nonetheless. And the next episode we'll be moving on to the Belgian Grand Prix. 5 rounds remaining and 3 more European rounds left. But here we are at the Belgian Grand Prix. It should be a good one. It could be very exciting, I think. A very long track. Could see a lot of overtaking. Hopefully we can get some points and do a lot better than we did last time. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's race. If you have, please like, comment down below and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Until next time guys, it's been DMan96. Catch you guys later.
You pull apart, so I divide, and I know there's something between us with nothing inside. Nothing at all. You pull apart, so I divide, and I know there's something between us with nothing inside. Nothing at all.